Yes, the upright row. A very common exercise you see performed around the gym, either using a kettlebell or maybe even a barbell. Is it a great exercise? Is it safe? Is it functional? Well, first of all, let's have a look at maybe why people do it. They do it because they want to train the shoulders or maybe the deltoids and even the traps. Even though the trapezius doesn't even connect or insert into the humerus, but the trapezius is involved in lateral rotating the scapula, particularly when you take your arm or your humerus past 90 degrees or parallel to the ground, then the scapula has to lateral rotate, and what causes the scapula to lateral rotate is particularly your upper trapezius that pulls the scapula in that rotational position. So why does it have to rotate the scapula? Well, it comes back to that safety, because it has to rotate the scapula because the humerus can only go to 90 degrees abduction, around 80-90 degrees, before the humeral head comes in contact with the acromion process. That causes some impingement between the two articulating surface, the acromion process, and the head of the humerus. And what tendon runs underneath there is your supraspinatus. So once you go above 90 degrees, you're putting your shoulder in this impingement position or potential for impingement. And considering that the number one injury in the shoulder joint is tendonitis of the supraspinatus, it is the supraspinatus that actually lays underneath the acromion process that gets impinged by the head of the humerus. So doing exercises up here is going to aggravate that tendon. It's going to lead to wear and tear, tendinopathy or tendonitis or shoulder impingement. So when you look at the upright row deliberately, because your hands have to go this way to grab the bar, it immediately rotates your humerus. And then you take the arm with your humerus and medial rotation, then you take it up past 90 degrees, which really now you're putting the shoulder joint in its perfect position if you want to impinge the supraspinatus. So if your goal is to work the deltoids, by all means, while impinging the supraspinatus between those two articulating surfaces under load, then you're doing a great job, which means, yes, you train your deltoids until your supraspinatus starts to inflame, you lead down the path of tendonitis, and maybe tendinopathy, and then or even worse conditions can apply over a period of time. So yes, it's a common exercise, but biomechanically and anatomically, it's certainly not a good exercise if you take in consideration the joint and the tendons that it may affect. Yes, you'll be training your big muscles while wearing out your little muscles, and you'll be able to do that until your little muscles stop you from being able to train your big muscles. So rather than doing this type of exercise, maybe you should just go and just do a good shoulder, a dumbbell row, because that's going to take your arm into lateral rotation, and it keeps your arm adducted through extension of the shoulder joint rather than abduction of the shoulder joint when it's really medially rotated. With this, we'll lateral rotate it and take it through extension. Still works the deltoids, because the deltoids has to work to move the humerus into that extended position, or doing a close grip bench press, it still works the deltoid while working through that flexion type position, through extension or flexion. But there may not, where there's no necessary need to work it through extreme levels of abduction, particularly with the load with your shoulder joint in a compromising position that can lead to impingement, that can lead to tendonitis, tendinopathy, and wearing out of your supraspinatus, and that would be no cow poo.